So if you were going to talk, think about how would you explain, Ming's martial arts, Mile High Karate. How would you explain that to people in the community, people that are interested? Say, I heard about this thing, or we're having a challenge with our kids, we're having a challenge with our family. You see someone struggling with something. What would you do? How would you explain it to them? What would you say?
Me? Okay. Basically, I just think we've seen so much improvement in our home as far as self-control, self-discipline. I've had people come to our house and be like, both pets are fed, the trash is taken out, nobody's told them to do it, just complete initiative to do things on their own. I've seen improvement in grades. I've seen improvement in confidence in both of my kids. Noah, improvement in taking initiative at school to do things on his own. Morgan's grades have improved immensely. But then as a family, I think I'm going to agree or disagree, but I think as a family, we all enjoy it. It's something active that we can all do together. We all enjoy coming and having fun. If it were up to him, we'd be here 3 hours a night every night.
So still we got to work a little bit on the idea of balance.
We have to work. But even if we're not here, we're practicing at home. We practice at home. We practice together. We, it's something not only physically improving us, but improving us as a family.
And when you, as a mom and as a dad, seeing chores are done without yelling, screaming, pulling of teeth, rending of garments, how does that make you feel, and for yourselves and for their future as well?
Well, I think it makes us feel great. For one, we don't seem like the bad guy. We're working in unison as a team, and the improvement. What amazes me too is the bond with the different ages of everybody. It's something we can all do together, even though obviously I'm older than everybody, and the wife and the kids are of different ages. They're 7 years apart, and yet it's something we can participate in together, and it's positive.
And you have a martial arts background as
well. I had martial arts in my background before years ago, but it was a different type of martial arts back then. It wasn't based on family. It was based solely on my only knowledge was obviously what I learned the first time, which was, we're going to learn how to fight. We're going to learn how to go out there and do battle and do tournaments and stuff like that, and not learn the theories and stuff that we need to learn, like we've learned here as far as the self-control stuff, how we can communicate with each other. The communication skills that have come between all of us here has brought us all closer together and made everything easier. Not just the chores, but the stuff we do together, even for fun. There's less arguing between everybody, and especially the siblings.
Awesome.
I mean, they agree more, and the nice thing is watching them compromise. Instead of just argue over something silly for 15 minutes and ask for mom and dad's opinion. Now they'll sit and they work something out between each other, and they're satisfying.
Very cool.
A huge one that I've seen, especially lately, is usually they fight over the front seat. Whose turn is it to sit in the front seat? And I've seen several times Noah just automatically get in the back. Okay, Morgan, go ahead, sit in the front. Which generally was like, no, I am. And they're willing to do for each other a lot more. It's just, I think it's brought us together as a family. And we were a close family before, but I think it's brought us even immensely closer as a family.
And Noah started first, so he kind of got everything in motion. So Noah, you want to be here 3 hours a day. Why do you want to be here so much?
It's a great program and it keeps me active. So I want to be here 3 hours a day, training, having more skills, helping less white belts, white yellow in basic class. I would really want to help them in training. So I want to be here 3 hours a day to train for my level and all the others to help them.
Very cool. And then Morgan, you saw Noah out there. He started first, and then you saw that, and then you got involved, and then they got involved. So what led you to kind of get out of that comfort zone?
Well, I'd done karate before as well, and at first I was Taekwondo is a form of martial arts.
Totally different though.
Yes, I understand now. Interrupting.
Sorry, go ahead.
But I had seen, well, it looked, I had been more interested when thinking about karate. I was like, ooh, self-defense. I want to learn more fighting skill than all of. I noticed the table talks and the family values, and even from like a teenager to standpoint, at first I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem so interesting. That seems more for a kid or something. But then after you go through it and after you watch it for a couple of times, and you really watch it and don't just glance at it and go, oh, that's for kids, then you really get into it and you really realize the good it's doing and the actual lessons, life lessons that can be learned both for kids and for teenagers, and I'm guessing for adults too. I mean, I can't speak for that range, but it's kind of like an all-over standpoint, and seeing that it's teaching good values as well as teaching self-defense and martial arts.
That's it.
So how did that make you feel seeing them get their belts for the first time? I mean,
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I was just so proud. I don't normally get to see them going out there and getting things, honestly, because it seems like they go to work, they come home, or mom stay at home. It's not like so you get to see them going out and doing something interactive, honestly, or getting an accomplishment that you've gotten before, and then you just see them getting it, and you realize they've worked hard for it, and it's just wonderful.
And there's something you've made a comment to me about is they support you in all of your activities, but they don't make every big thing, every choir thing, and yet here you have a couple times a week. You know you're
Absolutely.
going to have that time together.
Absolutely. You know, and it's understandable that they don't come to everything, every activity at school and everything. It's understandable. People can't be everywhere all the time. But then it's like the whole family's together, and it's much less stressful, and it's much more fun than things like family game night. I mean, honestly, with competitive family game night, and knowing how that works with our family, this is much better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fun to play games with.
Well, here you're allowed to beat each other.
Exactly.
And
And do you notice also, we do a lot of family stuff, but do we keep you like stuck with your parents? Or we
No,
give you time?
we work with other people. I mean, I've worked with a number of people everywhere throughout the school, like all the basics from when I was in basic. I've worked with, I think, about everyone in basic at least once, I believe. Almost everyone. It's nice.
And I think that's another thing too. Before it's like, Morgan and I would go and do Zumba. Harry and Nova would go golfing, or he would go do something, or I would go do something occasionally. Where you don't get out as much. But it was never anything other than family game night or sitting and watching a movie, which even sitting and watching a movie, honestly, at our house, she's on a tablet, I'm on a tablet, he's on an iPod, and it's like, this is actually something we all engage together, enjoy together, practice at home together, enjoy being here, learning more. I think we've all achieved different goals, acquired different goals that we want to see each other do, and we want to push each other to get better and better, and not just on the physical side, but on the mental side. Challenge yourself on in life, where you get to become a better person yourself. And we've even used at home, I've heard you lots of times, is that self-control? I've heard you lots of times. Is that self-control, or is that
It's happened for me to XYZ. I've used that a time or two.
yeah.
How do you find this showing up with your friends at school?
What?
How do you find what we do here showing up with your friends at school?
I'm being more not. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, honestly, I can see myself being more confident, but it's like friends will be like, oh, if there was ever a fight between all of us, I would win, or this person would win. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm taking karate. In a few years, I'm going to be a black belt. None of you have anything, but I feel more confident in and of myself and have no need to voice out like things like that, because it's like all joking, and I have no need. I feel like, okay, that's okay. It's just more joking. And normally back before, I would always jump out, be like, oh, well, I would do this, and they'd be like, no, you can't. And it's just kind of a thing where I feel more confident in about myself, and I don't feel like I have to prove myself. Exactly. Just gives me more confidence, honestly, even with my friends.
What's that word? Hearing your daughter say, I feel more confident, I don't have a need to spout off in front of the group.
More than awesome.
It's nice to see both of them not only be more confident, but like stand up to their peers and actually be the example instead of following, not wanting to follow along, just be themselves and be confident in that. Both of them have grown immensely. Noah's grown incredibly from where he was at when we first started. And not just at home, but at school. But at home, like the video games were just pretty much, if we weren't doing something else, like Liz said, if they weren't playing on the tablet or the computer, well, then Noah would be on video games constantly. And we haven't said he can't play video games.
He just doesn't.
I haven't seen him play one I can remember the last game I seen him play, to be honest with you.
It's been quite a while.
They're all sitting there.
Versus be the action hero, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
More fun being the superhero.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing your growth and probably talk again in a couple of months, maybe half a year, see where you're at. So stay tuned, true believers, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.